Good morning, vloggy vlog. We have a major pregnancy and the baby update, but we're gonna sit down and tell you guys all about it a little bit later. But we know baby's birthday, basically.
We don't know, like it's not 100%, but we're pretty sure we know the exact day.
We're gonna dive into it in details whenever we sit down, when we get back home, to let you guys know what's going on and give you full details on what has been happening for the past week. But right now we're heading to one of our last date nights.
Yeah, we had to schedule this date because we wanted to go to the weekend concert either last night or tonight, but Marta doesn't feel like that's gonna be possible given the amount of hours it is to get into the venue, and then you have to sit through the whole concert. And even with like the nicer seats, if you were to buy like the best seats they have, you could still probably be quite uncomfortable. So
yeah,
kind of a bummer that we weren't able to do that, but instead today we're gonna do this brunch.
I really wanted to do the weekend concert because I discovered the weekend, in case you guys didn't know, and
He didn't exist before Marta found him on SoundCloud.
It's literally, it might be funny to you guys, but I have been listening to this man since first grade of high school, I believe. So since I was 15 years old, and he was basically nobody, and nobody
that was
knew
a
him.
long time ago.
Thanks. That was quite some time ago. So I've been listening to him for such a long time, and whenever he has concerts around, something pops that were like out of the country or just not available at the time, and he is performing in Miami, or he did yesterday and today. And till the last minute I was really hoping to get the tickets, but then I started reading the reviews of getting to the stadium in Miami is not that easy, and the parking tickets that are walkable distance to the stadium are like $600 to $5,000, which obviously we're not going to spend that amount of money, especially that I am uncomfortable in any position. So I would have to have the better seats to be able to survive hours of being at the concert and possibly sitting up and getting up and all of that. So it is a major bummer because my TikTok is full of videos from the concert and I have to just scroll and watch them all. So that's quite sad. But instead, like Randy said, we are going to fill the next couple of weeks, or the next, I don't want to tell you the exact amount of time, but we are scheduling a lot of date nights and date days and beach club days as just the two of us for the last couple of weeks, which is both extremely exciting but also a little bit stressful. I think things are getting real for both of us.
Yeah, but I feel like we're in a good place now. Everything's ready. We still haven't, like, did you fully show the baby room yet?
Yep.
Okay,
we did.
good. So I mean, you guys know that we have everything in place. I mean, bags are already packed. Every single time we go to an appointment now, we like throw everything in the car. So we couldn't be more ready, but also there is no like really being ready.
You can't really prepare for that, I think, because obviously both of us, it's our first time. We don't know what to expect, and we just know it's going to be a big change, a beautiful change. So we're both very excited, but a little bit nervous at the same time. But today we're grabbing brunch at a Mediterranean place that's like a bohemian upscale restaurant that's on the water. Apparently it's very good food, which I'm really excited about, because
apparently it's quite fancy, because they emailed us and told us we're not allowed to wear t-shirts or any like sneakers or anything. So
no sandals for men, right?
Yeah.
Or yeah, so it is on a fancier side. So let's go, let's check it out, this food. The place is called Casa. So we're gonna check out the vibes, record the food for you guys, and give you guys a little review of how everything tasted. Brunchy brunch is ready. How would you rate the food?
I thought the food was not bad.
You're going right here.
I know, but I want to stop and get a shot of these boats. I didn't think the food was bad. I thought it was actually pretty good. Not great. Dessert was subpar. But it's
So-
like we just had what, avocado toast? Like, how are you gonna mess up avocado toast?
I would honestly personally rate it like 4 out of 10. The ambience of the place is really gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's like right on the canal on the water, so you can see like yachts and boats. Yachts and boats passing by, so it's really nice, and the music is really vibey and it's very boho-y inside, and people are very upscale. Apparently I probably was one of the least upscale people there, but I am 9 months pregnant, so this is you know, not bad for 9 months pregnant. I could be here in a t-shirt and sweatpants, so this is what we get for the last couple of weeks of pregnancy. But I honestly thought that the dessert was the best. Like,
Oh, really?
if I had space, the baklava, the pistachio baklava was really good. It was extremely sweet though, so we just took a couple of bites.
I'm just not like a big, my favorite dessert's like very, very simple, like a date cake or vanilla ice cream, things that are not super, super sweet. And both, it was a chocolate lava cake, which is about as sweet as you can possibly get.
I hate chocolate lava cake, so.
And date cake, I mean, with the baklava, I've never been a huge fan of baklava.
I love baklava, so
My
that's why it's
favorite
just
dessert-
nuts and honey, so.
What is it, kunefe? Is
Yeah.
the Turkish dessert? Way better than baklava, and I don't know why they didn't do that instead.
Right now we're gonna, since we're already out of the house, and you know, we never want to leave the island. If you didn't know, Miami Beach is an island, so we never want to leave. But once we leave, if there's like things we want to do, it's better to do it now than crossing the bridge again. So we're heading to Nordstrom. I have to tell you guys, like, one of my newest thing that I'm on, but you guys know that I started getting lash extensions again for the past couple of weeks, because my idea was that for the birth I wanted to have the lash extensions instead of putting makeup on, so I look pretty pushing the baby out. I know, priorities. However, I think, I don't know if I told the vlog, but I definitely talked about it on my TikTok and on my Instagram, that I no longer can lay down on my back because it makes me really dizzy and nauseous. And usually during my lash appointments I would have my hip elevated to the side, so I wasn't like laying flat. But even during my last appointment I felt really nauseous and dizzy and very, very uncomfortable. I had like hot flashes, and I know it's the, please, doctors and nurses out there, it's the vena cava, I believe, vein that the belly is basically pressing on, so you are not getting enough oxygen or something. Something with the anatomy has to do with laying down on your back and your belly pressing on certain organs that makes you dizzy, and you're not supposed to do it for an extended period of time. So I used to have my hip elevated, and that was helping and was absolutely fine, but unfortunately now it's no longer fine. I almost passed out doing Pilates, even though I was slightly elevated, and during my last lash appointment I also almost passed out and had hot flashes and was extremely dizzy. So obviously health above anything else, and the beauty, so I stopped doing the lash extensions literally a week before I am about to give birth, or 2 weeks, you know. So that was the whole idea, was to just have lashes for my birth, but now I can't have them. But I'm onto this new thing, which is a brown mascara. And let me tell you guys, if you are blonde or if you have lighter frame, I highly recommend, because I just tried it for the first time yesterday and I'm obsessed. And you can't even tell, like, it's still like, out of the bottle it looks really light brown, but on the eye you can't see it's brown, but it gives this like a little softer look, which I like so much more. We're all heading in like more natural, you know, beauty standards, which is really nice. So I like the brown, but apparently there is not many mascaras that are brown that are waterproof, and for the birth and being in a hospital I do need a waterproof mascara, because I'm going to be crying like a little baby probably from happiness and joy and probably everything else in between. So we're heading to Nordstrom's to pick up my waterproof mascara. That story was really long for like a very not important fact, but you guys know that I'm a yapper, so here we go. to Nordstrom's to pick up my waterproof brown mascara. We did a little bit of extra shopping. I'm not a spender and Randy knows that, and he's pretty lucky because I usually don't spend and don't like to spend money.
Unless it's traveling.
Unless it's traveling, but when it comes to like material stuff, clothes, makeup, skincare and stuff like that, I don't really splurge. But as I was at Nordstrom's picking up my brown mascara, I realized that I do not have a lipstick. My lipstick just finished up. Like, I have proof, I have receipts. Also, Randy may need to know that. He never asks, but look. See?
Oh, it's gone.
It was gone. So it was time to pick up a new one. And I've been very loyal to the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk for literally years, and I love it. But yesterday night I went into a deep dive of the best nude lipsticks that there are, and I found out, which I knew for years, like MAC has been very good when it comes to, you know, their lipsticks. They stay very consistent with the formulas that they use, and just overall, like, MAC is just known to be a good brand when it comes to lipsticks for years. So I went in and I tried a couple of lipsticks in the store because I was gonna buy them yesterday online, but then I'm like, it looks so different on like different people, so how do I know how it looks on me? So I decided to go in. I got my brown mascara and I got the Dior Show Waterproof Brown Mascara. Honestly, I have not seen any other mascara, so it's not that I need a Dior brand. It's just there's just no brown mascaras that are waterproof. So I got that, and then
There's more.
I couldn't decide between the lipsticks, so I got the MAC Honey Love, and that's a matte lipstick, and I have it on right now. It's like more covering, and it's this beautiful nude color. And then I also got this luster glass lipstick. Thanks, it's MAC. It's also very popular. But you know, one thing with the lipsticks is that you also need a matching lip line. So I got the lip pencil in color Cool Spice, and the lady said that it's going to go really well with both of the lipsticks. And I also have it on right now, which clearly looks beautiful. And then I walk out and that's all I got, and she's like, oh, try this lip gloss, it's gonna look so gorgeous with it. And I'm like, oh, I don't know, I have so many lip glosses, like, I don't need it. So I walked out, and then I saw myself with this combo on my lips outside in the car, and I had to run back in and I got the lip gloss.
What's even more funny is that I said for her to use the platinum card for all of this, and she said, oh no, I'll just put it on Chase, because I don't have, like, I don't see the Chase card at all, so you get to completely hide how much all of this costs, because you know I'd see it if you put it on the Amex.
And you wouldn't care either, or so it doesn't
Let me guess,
matter.
it was probably $120.
100.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's not even that bad.
That's not bad. And I just got it because I wanted to see they do returns, so in case I don't like it in like the outside light, I can always return it. But the lip gloss is in color Lust, and so right now I have the lip pencil, the matte lipstick, and the lip gloss all together, and I think it looks so beautiful. Like the combo, it's like light, like peachy, but pinky, but nude. It's just like a perfect combo. So I'm glad I'm trying something new, because again, for years I've been doing the Pillow Talk, and it is a beautiful color, but it doesn't really last on your lips, so you have to like reapply it every 5 seconds. And I just wanted to try something new, and that's something I have not tried for years. So what do you guys think? I think it's gorgeous. realized that I'm the shit, okay? Basically. No, but like, but hear this. Hear what I did, because I just realized that I had balls like not many people did, and
balls of steel.
Yes, that time has passed though, because I'm like way more dependent on Randy now. But I was so freaking independent and brave when I was younger. So we were just talking with Randy about when was the first time we're on the plane, and how, you know, our baby is gonna be on a plane and on a boat much sooner than we were. And the first time I went on a plane, I was 12 years old, and I went to Tunisia with my family for vacation. And then after that, I never went on a plane again until I decided to come to United States. I was never at the airport ever again after I was 12. So not only did I do everything to get myself to the au pair program on my own with nobody's help, found the family, found the program, like did all the volunteering, like everything from top to bottom. Not only that, but I also drove myself to the airport from Gliwice to Warsaw. I believe I took, like, nobody dropped me off, which is like, where the hell were my parents? No, that's not the point. But I was 18 and I took the blah blah car, I think, if you guys know what it is. It's like a shared.
Nobody knows what that is.
Okay, where Polish
blah, blah
people
car.
probably know. Like when you're traveling from city to city, there's like posts online, and if somebody's driving in the same direction, they will just like take you with you, you know?
Yeah, it's carpooling.
Carpooling, yeah. So I took the carpool from my city to Warsaw to go to the airport with my luggage. I spent 2 nights with my best friend in Warsaw, and then I just checked myself out to freaking America on my own. There was no like goodbye community of my parents and family standing at the airport being like, oh, you're leaving for a year, see ya. Or like nobody, like I went to the airport on my own, and I did all of it on my own, like the visas and all of that, and nobody helped me. And I went on a plane for the second time ever in my life to move across the country, got around the airport, like got around the plane, like came to a completely foreign country. Like, can we talk about this?
I mean, it's crazy that you went to a foreign country, but you had everything set up and you knew the family and everything.
No, I didn't know the family.
Yeah, you did. I mean, but you talked to them and stuff before. The second time I was ever on a plane, I was shipped off to boot camp for the United States Marine Corps, which was literally like the equivalent of going to like hell for 3 months. And not only that, I don't even know if I told you this story. I was shipped to boot camp, but we stopped in Boston and we met this one guy who knew that we were going to be going to boot camp. So we ended up like going out with him the night before and like partying. He got pulled over and he had a warrant out for his arrest. So he was arrested, and me and Ron are just sitting in the back of this car like, well, what do we do now? We have no idea. So we drove this dude's car to the airport in order to catch our flight.
Okay, but see, that's where your story is less.
And then I went to boot camp, which was like the biggest, like it's way worse than even going to another country.
With a friend.
No, but as soon as we got there, we were separated.
Yeah, but you went into all of it with a friend.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's that. You didn't have to take one plane ride by yourself.
Plane ride and the drive to Warsaw all by myself, and then, you know, coming to this country all by myself. I can't just like book a flight back home because I'm poor.
Yeah.
Like my parents don't have money to fly me back.
You weren't allowed to leave the Marine Corps if you wanted to. There was no just like ring a bell and get out of there.
I couldn't either for a year technically, you know?
Okay, well, I don't know. You guys let us know who's more crazy. This camera's gonna die.
So we're the shit is what we're trying to say. That like the little things you acknowledge when you get older, like now I would never probably. Like I would be way more afraid to make drastic steps like this, but when I was younger,
easy.
Everything goes. So you guys, like I said at the beginning of this video, we do have a little update. Before we jump right into it, for some it's obviously a big update, for some it's not much of an update. I feel like in my case, I thought it's going to be not something that's really significant, but it turned out to be quite the opposite. So a couple of days ago we had, or back up.
Let's start with the fact that Marta, going into this pregnancy, never had a birth plan at all. It's our opinion, and it was always, we just want to make sure we're doing whatever is best for the baby. I mean, make sure he's good, make sure you're good, and then that is all that matters, whether or not that means C-section, whether or not that means natural birth. I think from the very beginning, we've always, and I say we as in like you, I have zero opinion about it, any of it. Is whatever you want or whatever's best for you, but you've always wanted an epidural, right?
Yeah, I was never trying to like play it and be brave and try to do a full natural birth. I didn't have a plan, but my plan was obviously to just deliver the baby healthy, and for me to be as comfortable as possible. A couple of videos ago, you guys are fully aware that we were sent to the high risk OBGYN because the baby was measuring on a smaller side. And up until now, throughout the entire pregnancy, he is within the range, the same with my belly, but we are on the smallest side.
Which I don't even think that's like something that people should pay attention to at all. Where you're at 37 weeks, he's almost 7 pounds. This entire pregnancy, they've been like, he's small. Like 7 pounds is like a normal baby size.
Is he 7 now?
He's 6 pounds, 12 ounces or
Yeah.
something. So
yeah, I mean, definitely looking at me and looking at other pregnant females, like I can tell why they could be concerned because my belly does look smaller.
Yeah, but you're just a small person.
But again, like everybody carries differently, and like you can't compare one person to another. So one of the things that they were saying that the baby is small, and during this entire time throughout the pregnancy, the baby has been head up. So that wasn't the concern at the beginning of the pregnancy, but obviously for the past couple of weeks, they said, oh, you can try, doing things to flip him, which is exercising, doing certain exercises, going to the pool, drinking a lot of water, and I've done all of it.
Yeah.
I've done everything that was recommended to do. But during our last appointment at the 37 weeks, we found out that the baby is still head up, even though during our previous appointment a week before, during the cervical check, the doctor thought that she felt the head, and we thought that he's head down.
Yeah, so we were planning on going into this appointment for this next ultrasound, getting the ultrasound and seeing that he's head down and confirming that. So we were kind of shocked to find out that he was still breech.
Yes, and on top of that, they also obviously measured my fluid and checked the baby. The baby is absolutely 100% healthy, still measuring on a smaller side, but within the range. But the problem is that my amniotic fluid is on the lower side, which is within the range. It's nothing to be concerned about, but I don't know if you guys are aware, but there is a technique where they can manually flip the baby, and I did a little bit of research, so as much as I heard, it could be really painful, and it's done under the anesthesia whenever it's recommended. But because my fluid is low and my belly is measuring small, so the baby actually does not have much space to turn, my doctor said that is not the best course of action for us.
I mean, they said that they wouldn't do it. They said they wouldn't even attempt it. So they made the decision to schedule a C-section for 29 weeks.
Yes, 39.
39 weeks.
So most of the development of the baby is happening up until the 39 weeks, and then after that you're just running more into a risk of going into labor, and when the baby is breech and you're going into labor, that turns into an emergency C-section. Apparently there are doctors that deliver breech babies, not in Miami though, and I'm kind of glad they don't, because from the physical point of view, I just don't see how that's a safe way to deliver a baby. So again, the baby still has couple of weeks to turn, but it is very unlikely, so anything can happen. Like I said, I didn't go to this pregnancy with a plan, because I know that there's so many factors that are completely outside of what I do. Like, I did everything I could. this entire pregnancy to eat healthy, to move my body, to supply the baby with all the nutrients he needs, to make sure I have my checks, that I still stay really, really healthy. And that's all basically I could have done. And now it's kind of, you know, the anatomy is one thing and the nature is doing its own thing. So I didn't want to have a plan not to be disappointed. But
he's stubborn and he doesn't want to turn, and it's not very surprising.
it's not surprising coming, you know, that the baby is our baby. But I'm glad we're doing this video a couple days after the appointment, because I was very, very emotional about it. And it's just something that I'm assuming only women who have been through this would understand, because I was even trying to explain to Randy, and it's just such difficult thing to explain when we were talking about it. Like, I wasn't counting on having a natural birth, and I wasn't preferring one or the other. Like, whatever was necessary was fine with me. But when I found out the news, there was definitely a couple of days after where I was kind of grieving birth, and I was telling Randy, like the idea of having normal birth and experiencing normal birth, I don't want to like put those connotations in there, but just having natural birth and not feeling all the feelings that women feel when they're going into labor made me a little bit sad. And that's obviously probably hormones too, and it was just a shocking information, because we were both so certain that he's head down. So that was something that I was a little bit sad about. I was grieving. I think I'm also a very OCD person, and I like to decide on my own. I don't like being told what to do at all.
But I think you being OCD also kind of makes having a C-section better for you, because like one of the most stressful things without a doubt is like not knowing when it's going to come. So I mean, there's so many benefits, I feel like, to a C-section, and originally in my head when we found out, like that was the only thing going through my head. I was like, oh, this is great. Now we get to plan. We know exactly when it's going to happen. There's no stress. The bags are going to be packed. We just show up to the hospital. I mean, yes, the recovery is a little bit longer. Yes, now you have to have the scar, but I mean, there's a lot of benefits to it. But it wasn't until we started telling everybody about it that people were like, oh no, I'm so sorry, or just had like some type of negative opinion about it.
Maybe not even negative opinion, but just weird reaction.
Yeah.
Like, that made me question, because I never questioned C-section really, that you know, not being a part of this journey of giving birth, until people started reacting a little bit weird. And I started doing a little bit of research online, of course, and then there's just so many different opinions.
But a lot of people also elect to have C-sections.
Yes.
And it's like a common thing, but then you have like a bunch of people who are like against that and kind of like hate on women who choose to have a C-section too.
Which mine is not a choice. It doesn't change anything. Anyway, if you choose or if you don't choose, it's your body, it's your baby. It's your pregnancy, and however you want to bring a baby to this world is absolutely fine, and it shouldn't be judged by anyone by any means. So all those weird reactions kind of made me question it a little bit, even though in my case it is not a choice. It's what's the safest for the baby and for me, and now I made peace with that. For the couple of days I had time to kind of sit down. I also posted a video on TikTok sharing this experience, and there's just so many positive and wonderful comments that I got under this video of women just being really supportive and sharing their very, very positive C-section experiences, and comparing their natural labor to the C-section for those who had multiple babies. And it really, really, really reassured me that, you know, it absolutely doesn't matter. Like, apparently it is a better choice, you know, because like Randy said, I think for me, knowing the date and being able to plan around it is very, very helpful, because we're still very busy. We still do a lot of things, and knowing and being able to prepare for the baby is actually very, very exciting.
I mean,
So-
yes and no, because like the baby could still come before.
Yes,
Like,
yeah.
You might go into labor before, which would ultimately then mean you would have to have an emergency C-section, because no matter what, they're never, in this hospital anyway, going to try to deliver a breech baby. That's another thing where like I thought it was really odd that you had a lot of women like suggesting to do that, as if
Yeah.
it was like, when a C-section is known to be safer for the baby. I just kind of, I don't know, maybe I have a bad opinion about it, but it feels like it's kind of more like of an ego thing rather than.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the medical point of view of all of that. It's just from the physical. When I'm thinking about the baby going through a birth canal, like the baby is not gonna just go head in and keep his arms in
Yeah.
and just slide right out. You know, the baby is gonna probably have arms here.
I mean, coming
I'm
from a
just
baby
seeing-
who's already being difficult, there's no way that he's gonna make that.
He would be just
easier.
legs out, arms
Yeah.
out, not coming out, you know. So that's like a little bit of an update for you guys. Obviously, with the labor and pregnancy, anything goes. So anything can happen. But we do have an actual date for our baby's birthday.
And it is coming a lot sooner than we thought. So we're like looking at, or can count the days on two hands before this baby's gonna be here.
Which is super exciting because, like I said in our previous videos, that those last few weeks of pregnancy have been a little bit challenging. Definitely the most challenging in those entire past 9 months. But for some reason, getting those news and now like kind of getting used to the news and the date and stuff, like I feel a little bit more energized and better just because I probably know that the...
Yeah, but I wonder whether or not this third trimester was actually the most challenging for you, because I feel like women have this ability to forget the trauma that they went through, and your first trimester was pretty bad. And like from an outside perspective, I think that your first trimester might have been harder. Like,
That's so funny.
but I feel like you've like in some weird way like forgot about like what it was like to be like puking every single day, like feeling sick and feeling terrible and not being able to get out of bed. Like you're way more active now than you were in the first trimester, but now you feel like this is worse. So
Yeah, no, that's true. I wasn't vomiting every single day, but
no,
I
not
did
every
feel
day.
like
But like we have a lot of friends who just either recently had kids or are about to have them, but a lot of women will say that almost immediately after
You
you
just
go through
forget.
labor, you kind of forget about it. So
And you
I
want
feel like
another one.
yeah, and then you want another one where like I'm gonna probably be like the brakes on that and be like, are you sure you want to do this again? Like I have videos that, to prove how much you didn't want to do it again.
Yeah, you know, that's very funny because I tell everybody what a wonderful experience this pregnancy has been, and it could have been worse, honestly.
Yeah, of course.
But now I'm definitely uncomfortable, and I'm just ready to have the
him.
baby here, and I think it's just like the excitement of.
Yeah, but it also feels like it was like no time at all.
I was
feels like
telling
it just-
Brandy this morning, it feels like it's been a couple years and a week at the same time. It's just weird. It's really strange. But we have another appointment this next coming week to confirm another ultrasound, make sure everything is fine, that the fluid is still within a normal range, because I guess that's the main concern right now, just
Yeah.
making sure that there's still enough fluid. I'm assuming if there is,
If it's too low, they'll
Too low,
induce labor. for
they will
sure,
have
so.
to, well, not induce, just probably do the C-section like right away. But that is where we stand. So we're very excited. A little bit nervous.
Yeah, but also like ready. I'm ready for him to be here.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll tell you guys the name in the next one.
No.
No.
We're gonna keep it to ourselves for a little bit until we're fully sure, you know. Again, posting that TikTok and just seeing all the responses from the moms was extremely helpful. So I'm curious for all of you moms here or dads that dealt with it with your wives or girlfriends or your partner in general. How was your labor experience, and did you have C-section? Did you plan on natural birth, ended up having a C-section? All I want to hear mostly is a positive C-section stories, please. Okay, we don't need any negativity here. This is completely out of my control, and I don't want to hear anything negative or like anything bad news. So let me know all the good experiences. How did you guys deal with all of it? How did you manage? Like, what did you enjoy? How I could prepare for it too, because obviously my entire hospital bag was full of things for natural labor. So I'm assuming a C-section recovery is slightly different. So let me know what I should pack. We do have a couple of weeks left. They're going to be busy because I'm packing a lot of date nights, just the two of us, a lot of outings to the beach and spending time with friends. So we're going to be in and out of the house as much as we possibly can before we have a little bit time at home with our little nugget.
Yeah.
Love you guys. Thank you for watching.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Hopefully still the two of us.